Hi, this is Peter Gregory with a little bit of assistance to get your DX6i to work with your Inductrix FPV Plus. There's been a lot written out there. There's a few videos, and all of it together I had to distill down, and I still was left with fidgeting at the end. I couldn't get it all to work. And one of the things that I think would help is to show all of the menu settings at once here, so you can copy them and then you can fine tune like I'm going to do now that I got the thing flying. It's actually sitting over there in recharge right now. I have to buy a few more batteries. So the biggest issue was getting the flap switch to arm, and there was some issues on the internet about reversing that channel, but I'm going to show you all my settings. Obviously model select, dual rate and expo. I'm just going to show you what I have. These are my low settings. All three dual rate switches are pulled down in the low down position, and then I'm going to flip them up high. This is elevator, aileron, rudder. I'm just showing this. Doesn't really have to do with arming the Inductrix, but I think everybody might be interested to see what they are. And I was initially getting my Inductrix to work with all the switches in the low setting. I'm going to put them back down to low. That could have an effect. No, it will not have an effect because this is the aileron, elevator, rudder. But I just figured I'd show what I had for completeness. Now here's where a lot of work went into. I'm not sure it's completely fine-tuned yet. Okay, so this is going to show, you notice the arrows next to each of these controls in here. So I'm going to show them the travel adjust at the low levels right now. Throttle is minus 125. Gear down is at 100. And flap up, these are all the normal settings, flap up at 100%. Okay, so my throttle up, here's a flip of the gear. You can see what the setting was that I put in there. And then for me, most importantly, this was the flap setting. Flap went from inactive where it's up, activate it to 98, back up again. All right, so bring everything back down again. So you'll see the settings that I have in there. Sub trim, nothing going on in here. Flaps. I don't know why there's two travel controls for flaps. It might be a safety reason, I don't know. But here we have setting it normal up at 100 and landing down at 100. They normally start out at 0, so that might disable the flap switch. It's like a backup safety on there. I have no idea why that's on there. It might be obvious, just something I never came across. But that is important. Mix 1, nothing there. Mix 2, nothing there. Differential, nothing there. We'll go down to the setup list. There's only one item in here that affects the setup on this. So we'll go for model type. Of course, model type, definitely we're going to get acro. Leave it as acro, not heli. Okay. Model name is whatever it is. Now the monitor, I'm going to come back here because I want to show you the levels, the travels that we just set under the dual rates that I'm using, and you'll see what the monitor, under the monitor, what the throttle and the arm or the flap switch is doing. But under reverse, I'm going to show you that I did not use reverse, which is recommended. Had been recommended, but didn't work for me. Okay, so you have to have the right sense. The Inductrix has to see the right sense of that switch flipping, since we don't have a momentary switch on here, right? So let's go back up to monitor. So the two things you want to see is the top line with the throttle. At the low point, it's at 1/6 scale. And as I move it to the top, you get up to 5/6 scale on there. Okay, so this was a good range for me. And as I said, I haven't fine-tuned this. Now I'm going to show you what the effect, where I have the throttle trim on this. It's somewhere in the middle right now, but as I bring that down, that's about as low as it will drive to about 1/12 of the scale. So if you remember, I was right about in this area. So it's just about in the mid-range now with the throttle trim, just to give you an idea where that is. And the other critical part here is the flaps. Way down at the bottom is aux. The way that we have it set up right now, signal going out is low. It's only 1/6 scale. And then when I pull this flap switch down into the down position, activate it, it activates. It goes up to the 5/6 mark. So that is the encompassing information I think that you want to check out. This monitor really helped me out to make sure I knew what I was doing. There's going to be some fine tuning. If I go back to notes, some things make more sense later on. But I am flying around right now and very happy with it. So I hope this helps. And I also will post a document that I wrote up about this very same thing. Bye for now.